Okay, it's time to start adding some finishing touches to our label. Now, a couple of things I need in there: my nutritional information panel, which you would have created in one of your earlier lessons. That was exported as a PDF. So to get this in, what I've done is I've effectively just used the snipping tool or the screenshot tool to steal it from or to copy it from that PDF. So I've brought it into Photoshop and I plan on moving it over here. Other things we need to do is add some ingredients, maybe some storage instructions, definitely adding the gram. So 80 grams is our, and perhaps a barcode. We'll see how we go, and some of these extra logos. So in this video, I'm going to finish things off, but the main thing is this nutritional panel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and highlight this using the marquee tool quite carefully. And you can either drag it or Control C or Command C and copy it. So that's my nutritional information panel. You can resize that using the free transform tool. Notice it created a new layer down at the bottom right here. That's fine. I'm going to move it to the top, rename it nutritional panel. And I'm going to zoom in slightly. I'm quite fussy about this. I don't like to see these like white areas, so I'm going to use the delete key and cut it down. Okay, that looks better. So there's my nutritional information panel. That looks pretty good there, I think, nice and readable. What was next? So the next thing was some ingredients. So how would I display that? Maybe I will display it over on this right hand side. Since it says product of Australia and it's going to have a health rating, it makes sense to me that I'll put my ingredients over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a rectangle tool. I'm going to draw maybe a similar size panel. So if I draw a panel here about the same size, so that's my square, I'm going to drag it across here. Maybe move this up to meet it, and I'll click it. You can change the properties of it over here, so you can have the background a different color. You can change the outline of it, so your stroke of it, so maybe have it a bit thicker if you want. Mine's fine like that. And then I'm going to add my text inside of it. So in this stage you might want to zoom in, and I'm going to use the same font. I think I like a bit of consistency, so I'm going to put ingredients like that. All right, and then yeah, it's created a new text layer for me. I'm going to create another text layer underneath it, and the text is going to be slightly smaller. Maybe I won't use the same font for this. Maybe I should use something a little bit more formal. So I'll use just a standard Arial for this, I think. Let's do Arial regular, and we're going to make it even smaller. Okay, there we go. So ingredients, what's in my guacamole? Well, I've got avocado. I've got some tomato. I've got some red onion or Spanish onion. I've got some a little bit of coriander. I've got salt and pepper. After all, it is a healthy dip, so they're my key ingredients. And I'm going to use the same font here, and a quick way of doing that is right click, duplicate layer, and I'm going to move that down, and I'm going to put serving instructions. Okay, if it's too big, no problem, just reduce it in size, or you can even free transform text if you want to get it really there we go, serving instructions. And what my serving instructions are going to be. Typical serve size is 80 grams. What do we say here? Storage. Oh, it's actually storage instructions. Okay, so storage. And I'm going to say, once opened, keep refrigerated. And then I'm going to say consume within, what's usually the dip? It's a few days, 24 hours. I'll just be safe, play it safe. Going to make this 5 points, just make it a little bit smaller, move it up, make this one 5 point as well. How about that? Okay, all nicely consistent. There you go. Let's zoom back out, see how that looks. That's pretty cool. Okay. Last thing I'm going to do is get my health star rating. So let's go health star rating logo. There's nothing bad in my my dip, though arguably the salt content might bring it down a notch. Let's do 4.5. That's probably fair. Which one? I like the look of this green one. Okay, and I know it's a PNG. I'll save it, and we'll call it health rating. And then we'll go file, open, get that health rating in, which is green. It's obviously going to be massive. Go into my free transform it, make it smaller. Okay, it's really hard to see. Now, one cool thing about PNG images is if they're a single block of color and they have a background like this one, you can actually right click blending options and go color overlay. So you can change the color of that to something bolder like black. The other thing, which is a little bit of my OCD coming into play here, is this white outline here. I really can't stand those white outlines. So I'm going to use the magic wand tool, which can be found somewhere in here, if I remember, if they've moved it, magic wand tool. I'm going to click the very edge of it and hit delete. There we go. How about that? Now we have it, pretty much complete label, nice and simple, and that will be ready to print and add to my label for when I create my div. Okay, hope that helps, and ask your teacher if you've got any questions.